yes. Get smart, or get not.
At home than I was in front of the camera.
Why do you think that is?
Because I knew what I had to do in front of the camera.
Uh-huh.
I mean, it was already laid out.
Is there something about emotional intimacy at home that is frightening to you?
I'm sure that's part of it.
Yeah.
And then people that you're with, if they know who you are,
right,
they expect you to perform.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, please.
What about that? Are men intimidated by you? Are they turned on by the fact that you're Seka?
Well, some of them are sometimes, but if I find someone like that I may be having an intimate moment with, and I find out that that's how they feel,
right,
I say, you're out of here.
Really?
You're gone.
Really? But how do you meet men? Men that you want to have a relationship with, not to spend your working life?
I don't know. I haven't met one I want to have a relationship with.
Really? Why is that?
I've been too busy, actually.
So is that a choice?
It is a choice.
Yeah.
Because I travel a lot, and
sure,
I'm working a lot, and most men can't handle that. It's like a long-distance relationship with me.
Can most men handle the fact that they may be making love to the woman that they like and feel some warm, tender feelings for, and yet you're on the screen doing it?
Some of them have a hard time with that. And, you know, it's okay at first.
Right.
And, you know, and the second time or the third time, but then when the emotions start to play into the relationship, it's like, okay, you have to stop doing this.
Do you ever meet men who don't know who you are?
Oh, yes.
Really? And now are they shocked once you reveal your other life?
No, most of the men that I meet that don't know who I am don't have any idea what the X-rated business is to begin with.
Yeah.
So.
Do they want to see you on film?
You mean men that I've had intimate moments with?
Or just
some of them do.
Yeah.
And I'm not comfortable with that, because X-rated films really don't turn me on.
Hmm.
Well, I've been there and I've done that, and I know how they're done, and you know, they're not as comfortable as they look on screen.
So you're not erotically charged when you're doing
No, I would rather see something like 2 Moon Junction or 9.5 Weeks, or something that leaves a little more to the imagination.
What about when you're making the film? Is it important for you to be turned on?
Oh, yes.
Are you always turned on, or are you acting?
I'm usually pretty stimulated. I can't say that I always have an orgasm.
Right.
But I figure, what the hell?
You don't fake it, do you?
Once in a while.
Oh, okay. I got nervous there for a moment.
Occasionally.
How do you get yourself prepared to do an erotic video?
You mean the sexual part?
Yeah.
Well, first of all, I know who I'm working with. And I choose the men that I'm going to work with.
You have to feel comfortable with them.
Well, they either have to look really good, or I have to like them. One of the two, or both, preferably both. But I haven't met anybody that I haven't, you know, felt comfortable with working.
And do you have to get yourself into a mindset? Do you have any rituals to prepare yourself?
No, I don't.
It just happens for you.
Just, you know, okay, it's a job. It's like you come out here and do your show every night.
Right.
It's the same thing.
But I do a lot of thinking about this show. Well, I know it looks like I'm just faking it out here, folks, but I really do think about what I'm saying. Well, I mean, I prepared for this, and I wonder if you prepared in any way to do it, to make love on film.
I prepare by reading the script and making sure I know my lines and my cues and other people's lines and where they're supposed to be. But the sexual part, I mean, that just happens.
You never had any desire to be a mainstream actress, did you?
Not particularly, no.
Why is that?
Because they're a pain in the rear end, those people.
How so?
Well, they want you to go on the casting couch to maybe get a part.
Right. They don't have, wait a minute, hold on, time out. They don't have casting couches in the erotic adult business?
It's on the screen.
Yeah, but you got to audition, don't you?
No, not for that part.
Really?
I mean, you have to take your clothes off and show your body. And
right, but you don't have to audition if you're a good lover or not?
No, I never did. I mean, I don't know if other people have had to do that, but I certainly haven't.
It's interesting that there'd be what you call a casting couch in mainstream, but not in
the erotic business. I mean, you know, there were producers and directors and so on and so forth that did try to hit on me, and I just said, get out of town. Go away.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Yes, ma'am, Miss Seka.
Let's take a break here. Before we do so, let me tell you what's coming up on Real Personal. Tomorrow, more secrets of a call girl. Thursday, initiating sex. And Friday, we will have part 2 of our discussion with Seka. I'm Bob Berkowitz. You're watching CNBC's Real Personal.
Crime is rampant in America. A car is stolen every 20 seconds. Police need your help.
This
is CNBC. I'm Bob Berkowitz. This is Real Personal. Before we go back to the show, I just wanted to take a minute to tell you about our Real Personal home video, Making Love to Your Partner. We've gathered the best of our Real Personal sexperts over the last couple of years of doing this show, and we've put all their explicit advice and techniques on one video. And you can order the Real Personal home video, Making Love to Your Partner. Right now you can call it 1-800-894-CNBC or wait till the show's over. It's the best $19.95 you'll ever spend on sex. And you'll enjoy it. We had a lot of fun putting it together, and I think you'll enjoy looking at it. We're talking with one of the best-known and popular stars of adult sex videos, Seka. Her latest film is American Garter, and she hosts a late-night Saturday radio show in Chicago, WLUP The Loop, called Seka Let's Talk About Sex. Are you enjoying doing the show?
I love doing that show.
Yeah?
It's a lot of fun. It's only the second time.
You've only done it twice now.
Right.
What have you learned about the public's interest in sexuality as a result?
That it is tremendous. It's just...
What in particular do they want to talk about?
The things that females, that we get a lot of female calls, and they want to talk about things like the things that they don't want to do that their men want them to do.
For example?
Like some women don't like to do or perform oral sex, or some women don't like to.
What do you tell them?
Don't do it.
Okay.
If you don't want to do it, don't do it.
What are their other issues?
Having other partners come into the relationship, into their sexual relationship,
Right.
which they're uncomfortable. They're not sure if they should do it, but they're curious about it. Some women don't like to dress in lingerie because it's uncomfortable.
What about you?
I love lingerie.
Really?
Lingerie and high heels.
I'm sure there are a lot of guys who like to watch you doing that. Jack from New York. Jack, thanks for calling Real Personal.
Hi, Bob.
Hi, Jack.
Hi, how you doing?
Okay.
I had a comment for Seka.
Yes.
For the longest time, I was trying to introduce my, well, she was my girlfriend at the time, into, watching pornos, and she would not watch them for anything. Somebody had come over for a party, and they had one of your tapes, and it was just laying around, and she watched it, and now I can't get her away from porno. And she's looking for all kinds of pornos. I come home from lunch break, she's watching bondage movies now, and I just get scared.
You're getting scared?
You feel threatened by
midget movies. Have you ever heard of them?
Which one?
Midget movies.
Midget movies?
Yeah, midget porn.
Well, you mean
those
that
are shorts, evidently.
Yeah, I have,
actually. Jack is feeling a little threatened by his girlfriend getting so turned on by watching erotic videos.
That's real possible.
Now, he uses the term porn. Are you comfortable with that? If somebody calls you a porn actress?
Porn actress, sex actress, adult film entertainer.
Yeah. You don't mind the connotation. A lot of women are very uncomfortable with people like yourself.
I'm not particularly crazy about the word pornography because...
Why?
Well, to me, rape and murder are more pornographic than having open sex in front of a camera on film. I mean, I'm a consenting adult doing something that I enjoy doing, and I think that's a lot less pornographic than people out there just murdering people at random or raping women and things of that nature.
Rick from Pennsylvania. Rick, thanks for calling Real Personal. Hi.
Hi, a comment and question for Seka. First of all, you're gorgeous, and second of all, what turns you on most about men?
I couldn't hear him.
What turns you? First of all, he said you're gorgeous.
Oh.
And he asked, what turns you on most about men? A pulse.
They have to be alive. That helps tremendously. I'm very attracted to men with dark hair, dark eyes, and dark complexions.
Huh.
With large hands.
What would you consider to be a good lover?
I don't know,
Who would be a good lover for you, do you think? What would he have to do?
I love to have my neck bitten. And
I noticed the marks there before you went into makeup.
Yes, we covered those up.
Okay.
That's one of the things that I like. And champagne. Champagne and bite me on the neck. I'm yours.
So, Dracula, if you're out there, bring a bottle of champagne. Bob from Illinois. Bob, thanks for calling Real Personal. Hi.
Hi, Bob. My question for Seka is, being an adult entertainer, I know she doesn't like being called a porn actress.
Okay.
Does she ever have the fear of STDs or AIDS?
Good question.
Well, of course, but...
what do you do about it?
Well, You put on a raincoat. You wear condoms.
Is that standard now in the adult entertainment industry?
Well, see, I don't know if it's standard in the industry or not, because this last film, American Garter, that I did, was the first film that I'd done in like 8 years.
Yeah.
So I'm not doing a lot of adult films anymore.
Right. Now, did all the male stars use a condom?
Yes. And everyone was tested before.
Did they make an issue of it? In other words, did it show on camera the guy or the gal putting the condom on him?
In this last film, in American Garter, we did, for the people that I worked with.
Yeah.
Because part of the storyline was that women could now, we didn't have to use condoms, because what was happening was the birth control pill was coming out. So before the birth control pill came out, we were showing how we, used condoms.
So what is the era of this film? Around the 50s?
1960, 1961.
Okay, fine. John from Iowa. John, thanks for calling Real Personal. Hi.
Good evening, Bob. Good evening, Seka.
Hi.
I think I have more of a compliment than a comment. Seka, I'm a big fan, and you have a lot of fans in Des Moines. I was wondering, it's kind of popular nowadays for actresses to tour in the cities and do dancing appearances. What can we do to get you to Des Moines?
Pay a lot of money, pal.
It costs a lot of money.
A lot of money, John. Get your checkbook out.
Well, I do stripping around the country, and if there's a club somewhere that wants to have me, they can call me.
Yeah.
And it's going to cost them a lot of money. But if they want to pay me what I want, then I'll go.
How do you think women are portrayed in adult erotic videos?
I don't think anyone is portrayed like real life is, happening, actually. But I think now that women have a larger role as far as how they're presented. They're not presented as bimbos and silly women who don't have anything between their ears. They have a lot more to do. And
you're more comfortable with the image today than when you first started out? Well,
I was comfortable in the 70s with it, so it didn't bother me then either. I mean, it's a job, it happened to involve sex, and that was fun.
We're talking with Seka here on Real Personal on CNBC. Stay with us, please. If you have a personal story or an idea for a show that you'd like to share with us, drop us a line. Real Personal, CNBC, 2200 Fletcher Avenue, Fort Lee, New Jersey, 07024. This, Seka, is in a lesbian scene. Is that almost de rigueur in a film like you'd be in?
Yes.
Yeah.
But it doesn't bother me. I mean, I like girls.
Yeah. Do you call yourself bisexual?
No, I really don't. I mean, I've had sex with women on screen, a few times off screen.
Yeah. In
my personal life. It's not something that ever bothered me or made me feel uncomfortable.
Okay. You prefer
it's not a lifestyle or anything, but I like men better.
Okay, fine. Joe from Louisiana. Joe, thanks for calling Real Personal. Hi.
Yeah, hey, Bob. I have a question for Seka.
Okay.
What in particular, what made her get into this, into the field, and, does she want to pursue it more into the future, or does she want to maybe, in a couple of years from now, call it quits and just maybe try to pursue a different career in general, or?
Well, I've been in the business 18 years already, so it's not something new. And I'll probably call it quits as far as doing film is concerned in a couple years, because let's face it, after 20 years, they're probably tired of me. But I got into this business because I owned adult bookstores, and I saw the women that were in adult films, and they looked horrible. It was a really poor representation of women in film, especially X-rated films.
Why did they look horrible, do you think?
They had pimples on their rear ends, they had dirty feet, no makeup, they were ugly women.
Well, it sure turns me on.
Oh, yeah, it was... And I have turned to something else for this caller who wants to know. I have a radio show in Chicago. So if you want to call me there, you can at 312-591-ROCK or 591-ROLL.
Well, rock and roll.
Rock and roll.
Sex, drugs, end. Michael from North Carolina. Hello, Michael. Thanks for calling. Hi.
Yeah, hey, Bob. I love your show. We watch it every night.
Thanks, Michael.
And, Seka, you're beautiful. And the question I wanted to ask is, just out of all the films that you've done, which one's your favorite?
Careful, he may be watching.
Why was that your favorite?
Well, I wrote it and produced it.
Uh-huh.
Starred in it, directed it, and
Choreography, makeup, lighting?
Basically, I gave birth to it. And I happen to like it. I like that film, and I like American Garter.
What's American Garter about now?
It's about a lingerie business and a female designer, which is that I play, trying to break into the man's world of designing lingerie in a man's world. So.
Okay.
And I did.
All right. Sheila from Oregon. Hello, Sheila.
Oh, hi, Bob. How are you?
I'm fine, Sheila.
I wanted to ask Seka, okay, I'm a transsexual, and I just started doing movies. And I was wondering, is there a way to get up to higher grade movies, or how do you do this?
Where do you live?
In Oregon.
In Oregon? I would say move to California.
Are there many parts for transsexuals in the adult video business?
From what I know, because I don't watch that many films.
Yeah, because you're not turned on by them.
I'd rather not see as much and let my imagination do the work, opposed to someone else doing the work for me.
Right.
But I would say either New York or L.A. would be a place to go for a wider based marketplace to put yourself in films.
Okay, Mike from New York. Hello, Mike.
Yes, nice talking to you, Bob. Love your show.
Thanks, Mike.
Seka, my wife and I have learned quite a bit from your movies.
What have you learned, Mike?
I'm sorry?
What have you and your wife learned from watching your films?
Oh, tenderness.
Really?
Oh, yes. I must say, I haven't watched that many these days because we do have a child, and it's hard to watch it in the comfort of your home and not have her walk in. But what few I've seen now can't compare to what there were 10 years ago. Seka, Annette, and others in her genre really miss those type of actresses in the business.
What's changed, Mike?
Oh, it's first of all, it's not film, it's video. It really has a false look to it, to tell you the truth. But what I wanted to say was, my wife does indulge me in the one thing Seka was talking about. I love stockings. And,
you like the lingerie, yeah?
I love it. Ever since I was young, if I ever find the man who made pantyhose, I'll shoot him.
Well, I'm glad you enjoy that.
What about your point of view on that? How have films changed over the last 10 years?
Like he said, it's shot on. Most of them are shot on video now,
right.
And so it has a thinner look to it. It's not as realistic looking.
Not as gauzy.
Exactly,
yeah.
And the production values aren't as much because they don't have to spend as much money to shoot video as they do film. So it's a cheesier look to it.
Is there anything you've ever done in videos that, in looking back now, you regret or makes you a little uncomfortable thinking about it?
No.
Anything in your life you've ever done that you're uncomfortable with?
I have no regrets.
Really? Nothing?
Nothing.
How come?
Because I'm a happy girl.
You are?
I really don't have any regrets. I mean, I think if you have regrets, then you have disappointments.
You wouldn't do anything differently?
No, because then that would change me now. If I changed any part of my past, I wouldn't be the same person I am today, and I like me today.
If you were advising a young woman, for example, and she said, I want to get into the adult video business or movie business, what would you tell her?
Don't.
Why?
Because the business is not what it used to be. There's, and plus, not only monetarily, but also because of the AIDS situation. You don't know who all these people are sleeping with.
Right.
You don't know how many movies they've done, if they've been tested for AIDS, if they wear condoms, when they do all these movies, or how many partners they have outside of the business.
Right.
I certainly wouldn't advise anybody to do it.
You don't have a daughter, but you wouldn't advise a daughter to do it?
Oh, absolutely not.
Okay. Folks, we're going to tape a second show after this one, so keep your calls coming in. We'll get to you in just a moment or two, and this show will air on Friday. So we hope you'll stay tuned for that. That's Real Personal for tonight. Tomorrow, more secrets of a call girl. Not Seka. She's not a call girl. Thanks for watching. I'm Bob Berkowitz. Good night, everybody. Keep your calls coming in. We'll get to them in just a few minutes.
For a copy of tonight's Real Personal, please send $5 for a transcript or $19.95 plus $3.50 shipping and handling for a videotape to Burrell's, P.O. Box 7, Livingston, New Jersey, 07039. For credit card orders, please call 1-800-777-8398.